look, some people are getting offended by this, but I don't care. Who cares if she would be the first, she'd make history as the first female president. It would make history if she would actually be a president who represents the people and actually pushes for fundamental changes to improve the lives of American citizens.
And the Kasparian is obliterating the left on the Young Turks, as the former aide to Kamala Harris campaign suggests that Biden should go ahead and just step down and resign and make Kamala the president for the next few months that remains in their term before Donald Trump takes office. Now, Anna Kasparian actually obliterates the left with this incredible, foolish claim. And the fact of the matter is, Anna Kasparian is not letting up at all on the left. And yes, Anna Kasparian is independent, but she's still, left-leaning independent. But the fact of the matter remains is that Anna Kasparian is actually obliterating. And this is so bad that even Cenk Uygur is actually chiming in on this. So let's go ahead and watch the clip from Anna Kasparian obliterating the left in the foolish statement that Biden should just go ahead and step down and let Kamala become president once again, but further proving that Kamala is, not nominated. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
Former aide for Kamala Harris, his name is Jamal Simmons, and he is suggesting that we make an online meme real and essentially pressure President Joe Biden to step down and make history by allowing his vice president, Kamala Harris, to be the first female president of the United States for the remainder of the term. Here's some context. So this was during Sunday's State of the Union. The panel consisted of Scott Jennings, Ashley Allison, Brad Todd, and Jamal Simmons. That's the former advisor or aide, I should say, to Kamala Harris, and Dana Bash. They were supposed to be discussing what would be the most important thing to watch for until Inauguration Day. And interestingly enough, Jennings, Allison, and Todd pointed to the release of Israeli hostages and setting up the Trump administration. But of course, Simmons took it in a completely different direction. Let's hear more.
He could resign the presidency in the next 30 days, make Kamala Harris the president of the United States.
Whoa.
It would absolve her from being able to from having to oversee the January 6th transition, right, of her own defeat. And it would make sure that it would dominate the news at a point where Democrats have to learn drama and transparency and doing things that the public want to see is the time. This is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats operate.
This has now jumped from an internet meme to a Sunday morning show.
Jamal's out here right now. It's a season of House of Cards.
Okay, I'm sorry to stop right here right quick, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That gave me Arsenio Hall character vibes that was from that woman that he played from the movie Coming to America that flirted with Akeem and his servant in that club back in Queens, New York. Like, it's giving me vibes that's the way he's saying, I want to tear you apart. Where he's actually just saying that maybe it's time for Biden to go ahead and resign and step down and be a part of history. Let Kamala become the first female president. Ooh. Like, yo, that was cringe. I mean, probably as much as cringe as I just made everything, but I do apologize. So we're going to get back into this discussion with Anna Kasparian.
All right, look, I can't think of anything more patronizing than having the first female president of the United States just be anointed as such by the president stepping down, and especially after the vice president just lost to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's just, don't patronize us, please.
It's both horribly patronizing and undemocratic at the same time.
Yes.
America just told you, sorry, but no. You don't get to then say, oh yeah, we want to do it anyway. It looks terrible. I mean, imagine if they did that. Imagine like it was somebody else, Bush or whoever that was in office, and Trump lost. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make Trump the president just to rub it in, right? What are you doing? That's so stupid. I mean, we just asked the American people what they wanted. They just told us. This is deeply insulting to everyone involved. And so why are they doing it? This is the new Kamala Harris ego protection industrial complex. So all over TV this weekend, I'm watching, and everybody's getting blamed. White women, Latino men,
the voters,
the Christians, voters, the woke left, just everyone's. Oh, Joe Biden a little bit. Oh, that okay? So we finally started to criticize Joe Biden a little bit.
I want to stop here right quick. Anna Kasparian did mention something good, and I'm also talking about what Shank said as well. But Anna Kasparian actually reminded us that if they do this, this is going to be yet another position that Kamala was not elected for. Instead, she was basically added in there out of goodwill and stuff over like a participation kind of thing. And it seems to me that, Anna Kasparian is actually seeing, like, Democrats mocking the citizens as well as other people who actually wanted to see a first female president and everything. But the fact of the matter is that, this isn't, this is actually pretty dumb for that to happen. I mean, Biden's not going to step down. I mean, I don't even care if Nancy Pelosi is going to come up and try to force him out, but he's not going to do that. I mean, 4 months left in the presidency and stuff. He doesn't care at this point, Well, not 4 months, but 2 months left in the presidency. He doesn't really care. The fact of the matter is Anna Kasparian is actually raising up some good points and everything. And that, she's once again stating how the Democrat Party is patronizing her as well as the voters, as other and citizens as a whole, as well as the people who wanted a first female president. And Cenk Uygur, he even chimed in on it, talking about, how, the media's been blaming like a lot of people, how the media's to blame, the left's to blame, white women's to blame and stuff, voters to blame in general. And the fact of the matter is that these politicians and these media outlets, they're afraid. Okay, they're afraid because of the fact that matters that the people are winning. They've seen that in the fact in the Trump victory, where Trump won both the Electoral College and the popular vote, mind you. And the fact of the matter is they're licking their wounds and stuff, and they don't know like how they're going. I mean, Republicans, like their candidate, then incumbent Trump, lost the election and everything. They took it in stride, whereas the left, especially the left-leaning media, let's just say that they were a bit unhinged and bit more butthurt. So let's go ahead and get back into this discussion with Anna Kasparian and Cenk on the Young Turks about this whole situation. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below, and also be sure to subscribe to the channel for more. Now let's go ahead and get right back into it.
The one person that I almost never saw blamed was Kamala Harris. She was the candidate.
But Cenk, I think you're being unfair because she ran a flawless campaign, so flawless that Queen Latifah endorsed her.
Wow.
She never endorses.
Wow. That's what Joy Reid said. I've now talked to several people. Everybody knows that now.
I mean, because it was such a crazy thing to say. Oh my God.
It's so dumb. Anyway, so look, guys, why do they do that? Because in Washington, offending the feelings of the powerful is the biggest crime there is. If anyone goes on TV and talks dirt about Kamala Harris, this close to her loss, where her feelings are still pretty raw. And same with not just her her whole team. Their feelings are very, very touchy right now.
The problem.
And so if you're honest and you say they're the ones who lost the election, how is that complicated? They're like, oh, you might not be invited back on TV. I mean, that's such an egregious violation of etiquette and protocol.
But this is yet another example, guys, of the real problem with the Democratic Party. And I've felt it over the last several election cycles, and it just keeps getting worse. It's this idea that the Democratic Party doesn't need to work for you, that they're not really tasked with representing the best interests of their base or working class voters, that this is all like pageantry, and it's all about this power struggle to get certain people to higher positions of power.
Well, Anna Kasparian is right about that. It seems that the Democrat Party forgot that they work for the people, not the people working for them, and whatever they do, the people should love it. And the fact of the matter is that a large number of people who were Democrats left the party and went on ahead and decided to go ahead and vote for Trump because of the fact, and these are black Democrats mainly, by the way, as well as Latino Democrats too. They left the party in droves this past election. There's like more voters who left the Democrat Party, or even those who never voted, went on ahead, joined the Republican Party and voted for Trump. And the fact of the matter is now they're butthurt and everything to the point where now they're calling for desperation, calling, you know, black voters, black male voters, misogynists, and Latino voters racist and stuff. So yeah, no one has to blame but themselves, the Democrats party that is. And no matter how much they spend it, either way, they lost the support, they lost that base and stuff. They may not get it back anytime soon.
Like, it feels like that's their only objective. So look, some people are gonna get offended by this, but I don't care. Who cares if she would be the first, she'd make history as the first female president. It would make history if she would actually be a president who represents the people and actually pushes for fundamental changes to improve the lives of American citizens.
That's why these voters also decided not to support Kamala, because of the simple fact that Kamala didn't really introduce any policy. She didn't have any experience with the policies that she's made and stuff, where the people actually were convinced and everything. Because the fact of the matter is, they've seen that Trump had policy. They've seen the policies that Trump implemented out there back during his first term, and they saw that, and then they kept asking and wondering, what policies does Kamala have that would make her a good president, or plans that she have when she becomes president. She didn't lay anything out there. She just stated that she has either plans or she's putting plans together, and that's about it. And also, not to mention, she stole for tax on tips, no tax on tips and everything from Trump and stuff back in July, when he stated that in June over that campaign in Nevada. And the fact of the matter is, people didn't really see if she did a good enough job as vice president, and let alone she was elected. She was appointed border czar from Biden. And they also started learning bits by pieces of her record as DA back over in California. And that wasn't even positive. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get right back into this video and see what Kasparian has to say.
But it's not about that. It's all about seeing certain faces in higher positions. For what and to what end?
Yeah. Well, so this is actually a perfect symbol, guys, because she would be saying, well, she'd be the first woman president. But wait, she didn't win it.
Exactly.
So the reason why we celebrate, one of the reasons that we celebrate the first woman president, is because she earned it. And we're proud of her, right? And the country decided to go with a female president. We're proud of the country. That's a thing you celebrate. But when you lose and you go, no, it's okay, we're just gonna check off the box. We needed to have the affirmative action box or whatever. And the Democrats, I mean, we couldn't really get you a first female African-American president because we're too busy pleasuring the donors. But it's okay, we checked off the box. The quota's good now. You missed the whole point.
Cenk actually put a good point out there. Kamala will always be remembered as the DEI politician. I'm gonna say that again. Kamala Harris will be always remembered as the DEI politician, because of the fact that the matter is, in the recent positions that she's taken as a vice president and stuff, and if this actually comes true and stuff, if she's made president and stuff, she didn't get that there because she earned it. She got there because of the fact that they want to go ahead, check it off, and they want to make sure that the party actually had their first female president and have that checked off, you know. And the fact that, and this also is interesting because of the fact that people on the left, they're going to be so upset that, you know, Kamala didn't earn the position because she was just put there because of the fact that the matter is the elites and the donors want to be appeased and stuff. Now remember, Kamala Harris campaign, basically, they're definitely in $20 million debt. Even Trump was willing to help pay it off. And seems to me like they're trying to make a move of desperation to go ahead and try to have the higher ups to force Biden out and stuff to resign and make Kamala the next president for the next 2 months. So that way they'll say, we had the first female president and everything. Excuse me, the first black female president, even though she's not really black. And you know what? That's going to anger a lot of people and stuff, especially women voters out there, because they stated that, you know, or maybe at least some of them will say that, well, I voted for her, so I mean, this is a good thing. But I wanted Trump. I wanted her president. I don't want Trump as president. That's what they're gonna say. And the fact of the matter is that the left at this point, they're unhinged. The Democrat Party is, falling apart. The blame game is now going around. And guess what? When Trump is president, the left-wing media is going to go hard against him even more, accusing him of tanking the economy, leading us to World War III, so on and so forth. When in reality, Trump's going to do the opposite. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. And also, let me know what you think of what Adam Kasparian said. Do you think that Anna Kasparian is actually right about what she put out there? Or do you think that Anna Kasparian is talking out the side of her mouth? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts you might have this particular topic. If you enjoy what I said in this video, go ahead, smash the like button and share this video far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already, enjoyed all the content that I put up there, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell notification so that way you're notified of future uploads and updates. Till then, peace.